for, what's today, November 4th, 2021. It is 4:35 p.m. A quorum is present. So I guess the first step that we'll take today, this is my first meeting, so I ask for everybody's patience and understanding if we stumble through it, but I have watched countless meetings online, which is just about worthless when you're actually up here doing it yourself. So first thing on the agenda, we'll just kind of walk through it as we have it here. First thing we have, well, actually, I guess the very first thing, I'll have the other board members introduce themselves, starting on my left.
Julia Latham.
Jeremy Hooper.
And I don't think I introduced myself. I am David Alzamora, the newly appointed chair of the Board of Adjustment. So starting with the agenda, the first thing we have here is the approval of minutes. First one is for the March 4th, 2021 regular meeting. You guys have any changes, anything? Can I get a motion to approve those minutes?
I move that we approve the minutes of March 4th, 2021.
Second.
Second.
Perfect. We have a motion by Julia Latham, second by Jeremy Hooper. I need to remember last names instead of first names now, too. So the regular meeting minutes from March 4th, 2021 have been approved. Can I get a motion, or are there any issues with the March 11th, 2021 special meeting minutes? If not, can I get a motion to approve those?
I move that we approve the minutes from the March 11th, 2021 special meeting.
Second.
We had a motion by Julia, a second by Jeremy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I think I might have forgotten to do that with the first ones, but I believe we were all in favor for those as well. Special meeting minutes are approved. Next thing we come to is general business. I know for those who have tuned in to the Planning and Zoning meeting, the schedule is the same. Board of Adjustment meets as needed following the Planning and Zoning meetings. So we can review that schedule now. It is basically the same day as any of those meetings. I don't believe we had any issues there, and since this is as needed, unless there's any issues, do we want to go ahead and approve that, the calendar as scheduled?
I'll make a motion to approve the 2022 regular meeting calendar for the Board of Adjustment.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. The 2022 regular meeting calendar has been approved as scheduled. Next thing we have here are some organizational matters. So as you're both aware, we are lacking a member. We have 4 permanent members right now, but due to Cindy's absence, we need to appoint another permanent member. Do either of you have any suggestions, or anybody, have you spoken to anybody who has shown interest in being a permanent member?
Keep in mind the rest of the alternates that the board, the quorum of this board can choose from are the rest of the remaining members from the Planning and Zoning Board. So current, of course, David is chair, Julia is vice chair, Jeremy is permanent, and I do believe Jack is our 4th permanent member. So the rest of the alternates are the remaining members of the Planning and Zoning Board.
You know, out of prudence and not having the conversation kind of along the same lines of the Planning and Zoning Board, do you have, I don't really have a per se recommendation other than looking back on the experience of the person who sat here the most. But I'd almost like to hear who you would like to see.
I know that prior to our appointing Jack, I had spoken to Philip to see if Philip was interested, and at the time you said you felt like you needed a few more laps around the track to get some comfort. But that yours is another name that I would go back to if you feel.
You know, and that's who came to mind when I thought who sat here the most as the alternate was Philip.
And I also did reach out to him based off of discussions and my experience in those meetings, and he expressed some interest. So if it's okay with you guys, I'd like to propose a motion to approve and appoint Philip as a permanent member of the Board of Adjustment.
I'll make the motion if it's better said. I'll I'll make a motion to seat Philip Shoemaker as a permanent member of the Board of Adjustment.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Philip, welcome to the board. The only other thing, so although we do have 5 members currently, Cindy was also, well, I guess I'm the chair, we don't have a vice chair. So I think, although we do have a quorum present, we have most of our members here. That's a decision that I would like the full board to be a part of. So I'd like to push that decision to the December 2nd meeting. You know, much like the decision for planning and zoning, I feel most comfortable waiting until that time, until we have the full board present for that decision. If anybody would like to discuss anything right now or bring anything forward, I'm happy to hear it, but let's just kind of keep that in consideration for our next meeting.
Yes, sir.
And two, I would like to add that just because there is a seated 5 permanent members, obviously 2 would be officers, that would not keep an opportunity for an alternate to be seated, to be present, and to decide an application and participate in a public hearing at the board in order. So we can continue that succession and give other board members that experience going forward.
Okay.
So just because you're not listed as a permanent member doesn't mean you're not going to get
Yep.
to cut your teeth.
Just procedurally, Alex, can you clarify? I know that I timed out, I maxed out the amount of time that I could spend in the chair position. Is that any officer, or is it just the chair?
My recollection, I'll look at it again, but I thought it was chair. And my apologies at the beginning of the meeting, I kind of somehow anointed you as vice chair. I don't know, I guess maybe I was just thinking.
I was going to say it was new to me, but,
You didn't object at the time.
well, I was a little confused.
And we can look more into that, but I mean, I think, you know, David's point, it'd be good to hear more from the board and, you know, give some other opportunities. I'm sure you would say you.
I would be happy to let it pass me by. I just wanted to clarify that if we were in that position, that it was allowed.
I think it's just for chairs, yes.
Okay, thanks.
Well, if there's nothing further, I guess we'll just confirm our next scheduled regular meeting is for December 2nd, 2021, which we will have some business to conduct, so we will be meeting.
I'll have more information on that
Oh, yeah, and
by close of business tomorrow.
if-
But it
whether
does
we'll
look
have
like
extra.
there will be an application before the Board of Adjustment next month. So another good reason in getting these organizational matters taken care of.
Well, I'll be sure to watch more meetings online and watch this one as well.
Staff is always a resource,
Absolutely.
not to discuss merits of cases, but we can certainly help.
Perfect. Well, if there's nothing further, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn today's meeting for the Board of Adjustment.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.